Good afternoon, everyone. I was I was just deciding whether I wanted to actually unmute myself to go get a drink because I don't have one. I'm a bad streamer. I didn't prepare myself. I didn't see the straws going off either. I clicked start stream and then I went into the kitchen to go and get myself a drink and then I didn't get a drink. I don't know what I did do in the kitchen. I just stood there, wondered why I was in there, and then came back in here. But I might go and get a drink now. Avery, I'm paid to come and stare at gay people. Well, I hope the pay's good. Yeah, I kind of want a drink. I want a Pepsi, I think. I didn't drink a full cup of coffee before streaming this time because I didn't want to get impatient while I'm waiting for the queuing. But I did want to go through and show off some of my dioramas before we start playing. Sounds like you were ADHDing in the kitchen. Nil Strife, I want a Pepsi. No one ever. Listen, Pepsi is the superior beverage. I will die on this hill. The Coca-Cola Corporation. I mean, the Pepsi Corporation is also just a corporation, but like, I genuinely don't like Coke. I don't know what it is. Like, Coca-Cola tastes like far too sickly. Diet Coke is kind of okay, but not very nice. It just sort of tastes like fizzy water to me. And Coke Zero is a little better, I think. But Pepsi Max is incredible. I only Coke Zero. You see, that's the most acceptable form of the Cokes, I think. Coke Zero. But even then, if it's available, I always go for a Pepsi. There's an advert I saw. I think it was like a VHS tape that like my parents had like taped something off the TV. I remember watching it, and it had like an advert where there's like a guy holding a truck. Like, the truck has like gone off the edge of a cliff, and he's like holding the back of it, like trying to hold it down to stop it from falling. And another guy like pulls up and is like, "Oh my god, are you okay? You okay?" And runs over. And the guy holding the truck is like, "Yeah, you got to help me save this truck of Pepsi. No, this truck of cola. I've got to save this truck of cola." And the guy who's like just arrived is like helping him out, and then looks at him and goes, "Wait, Pepsi Cola?" And then they look at the van, and it's not Pepsi, and he goes, "No," and then they both just sort of like let go of the truck, and it falls off the cliff. I remember that very vividly. I don't know whether I was dreaming it though. Like, I have not found any evidence that this advert exists. But yeah, it stuck with me as a kid. I gotta save this cola. Pepsi Cola? No. Ah, well. Anyway, that I got distracted yapping about TV adverts from like, I don't know, like 30, 40 years ago. I should go and get my Pepsi. BRB, everybody. Yeah, when I go off camera for a second, my my avatar doesn't really know what to do. He sort of bugs out a bit. I think I need to recalibrate him now that I've sat down again. There we go. Greetings to everybody. Hi, Marshy Washi. We're going to be playing a bit of ranked. Cagliostro in a bit. But first I wanted to go through and show off some of my dioramas, because I'm unreasonably proud of these. I have quite a few of them. But yeah, like the sample one that they give you for free, I think is really cool. And it taught me a technique I've employed in a couple of mine. I think this was like one of the first ones I made on this save file. On my PS4 I had a bunch more dioramas that I need to go and rescue at some point, but I don't want to go and play on the PS4 because it'll update the game and then I won't be able to do the fun Grimner combos on that game anymore. Yeah, I like this one as well. Reading the yaoi. This is where I started figuring out that you could use the like plain shapes to create effects, such as a nosebleed. Yeah, I'm very proud of that one. I think this one's just yeah, it was me and one of my friends. When back in the day when we were sparring and dueling quite a lot. And here's where it starts to get a bit depraved. I started basically shipping Grimner with all the other male characters I like. So yeah, first was Beelzebub. I just made a cool image with the bad guys. Oh yeah, I'm still in like chat mode. So if I make them a little larger, they're still gonna be quite. I can go. I can zoom in by. I can't remember if you. I can't just like. Yeah, you can just edit it and hide the. There we go. Hi, Sherry. You're about to see a lot of Fujoshi Brain stuff here. This one's really good. I'm very proud of this one. It took fucking ages to match up the blood streams to his nose. But I'm glad I put in the effort. Yeah, as I started getting a bit more wholesome at this point, I really like this pose of Grimner, and if you place him like this, especially with that pose of Sandalphon, yeah, this is adorable. I use this. Oh, I don't want to go back to the menu. I used this one quite a few times because it works really well having Grimner like this. What else we got? Yeah, this is just the same idea with Sandalphon. It's a glamour shot of Grimner. I don't really use that color scheme anymore. I used to. So when I made this diorama, was of all the people who were playing Granblue with me at the time, and that was when I used to use that color scheme. Tag yourself if you're in this image. I think a few of you are. I actually remade that recently because you know, a few of us have changed mains, a few of us have changed the color scheme we use, and some people aren't my friends anymore. So, oh yeah, Soulless RME. So you can use the figures to do poses and stuff. I haven't played Granblue. Yes, yeah, there's a figure studio mode. Yeah, it's something that I think Guilty Gear has as well. I'm not as fond of it in Guilty Gear because you have to roll a load on the gacha to get all the figure poses and expressions and items, and I can't be bothered with that mechanic. Whereas in this, you can. It takes time, but you're guaranteed to get everything eventually for the figure studio, and you can just buy, like, straight up buy, like, a lot of poses and stuff. Or me and my yaoi loving friends reading some literature. Yeah, a couple more, just nice. I think here I was experimenting with a technique that Rai actually pioneered, which is you could use the the shapes, like the additional shapes to create a blush effect. I was just experimenting with it here. It doesn't work It doesn't work as well as it did in Rise version. But yeah, I wanted to show the boys having a drink, and Grimner's a bit drunk. Up close, it doesn't look quite as good as it does from a bit further away. Where are we? That was there. Grimner preparing a feast for Sandalphon. The figures are done through a gacha in Guilty Gear. Yeah. Exactly. If you want like a specific expression for a specific character, good luck. There's like, how many characters are there in Guilty Gear Strive now? There's like, there were like 15 at launch, and there's been like maybe 12 added. So there's like nearly 30 characters or something. Each character has like 6 different poses, 6 different expressions, or like 4 different expressions, I think. Yeah, it's way too. I think the digital figure studio items are also packaged in with room customization items. So yeah, like I don't know why they have that system in Guilty Gear. It's so bad. And it's meant to be like, oh, it incentivizes you to keep playing so that you can collect everything. But for me, it just is like, well, I can't get the things I want, so I'm not going to play because I can't express my creativity in the game. And I'm not willing to play for like, 400 hours just to get those creative, like those expressive items. Same with like background musics and avatar customization items. I think it's just a complete swing and a miss in that game. I think I made this when Vicola came out. I try and hide a yaoi in every diorama I make. Not all of them, or the more recent ones I haven't. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with some of these. Oh, I think I remade this one recently, Flock to the Future. Yeah, no, so here's what I was talking about earlier with the technique I practiced from the freebie diorama. Is you can turn the character saturation off. Here I've turned the character lighting on. But I wanted to highlight Beelzebub's pupils as well. And what you can do, I don't know if I can go into the figure edit. So the way I've achieved this is by just putting 2 planes there, but I think if I go close enough, yeah, you can also see that what I've done is I've created 2 little red circles that are like translucent. And I've put them right in front of his pupils, so that when viewed from this angle, it colours the pupils the right colour. So yeah, it took me a little while to reverse engineer that one, but it's a cool effect. I haven't found any other uses for it, like highlighting specific colours. I wish you could change the colouring, so you can change the saturation of like figure items. So like if I go here and I put in like, I don't know, let's stick in like Vicola, you can turn character saturation. You can either turn their colours way up or you turn their saturation down. That's cool. I like that. It's a really, it's neat if you want to create some different kinds of images. I don't know why you can turn the saturation up high. Well, I guess it makes some sort of sense, but yeah, that I like that you can do that. I think if you turn turn lighting on, you can change the angle at which the character's lit from, which is pretty good. You can give them like a spotlight that's like a particular intensity or hue. I don't see as much like use for this, honestly, other than to give a character a certain hue. And then character shading, so you can turn all their like shadows. You can make like a specific color, which is a little bit more of a useful effect. But here's the thing: if you do that you can do that with playable characters, and I think non-playable characters as well. Yeah, you can't do it with objects like weapons. So if you pick like, I don't know, like Percival's sword, you can turn the lighting on. You can't change the saturation, which is really sad. Like I want to, turn this black and white as well. Which you'll see why that's annoying when I show you. Yes, no. So one of the things I've been playing with recently is I found out that Beelzebub, here's him like rocking out on a guitar. Beelzebub's weapon is his fist, so you can go into the weapon menu and choose his hands and basically create, put another hand, and if you cleverly frame the image, you can make it look like that is his hand. The only way you can change object saturation is by adding a black. Yeah, exactly. You can put a filter over everything, but then your image has no color in, and that is a compromise. That is, if you want to highlight certain colors, you can't do that if you completely extinguish the color. So this is a shame, because like I would like to make a black and white image, because he's one of the only characters you can do this with. You can just you can go to weapon, and then Beelzebub, it's just his hand, which gives you a lot of flexibility for different figure creations. That I've been using quite a lot. Like this image, where is it? Oh yeah, so I made a reference to Dio taunting Joseph in JoJo, which I was only able to do because you can basically put two replacement hands in the frame. But I wanted to make this image like black and white, so I did have to just sort of desaturate the entire image, which was fine, but I did want to be able to sort of like, I don't know, I wanted to be able to highlight certain colors, and I couldn't quite do that. So yeah, this is a more recent creation of mine, me manifesting a holiday with my friends. When I sent this to friends of the show, Ryan Silk, they were like, "Oh, that's sweet, but can we not go to a beach?" I think I might be the only one who actually likes beaches. I don't like getting sand everywhere. It's a little bit annoying, but if there's a beach with like some good shade and you can sit on a deck chair, I'm willing to tolerate the annoyance of sand, because I like being warm. I don't like being in direct sunlight. I don't like the sand so much, but I do like the beach atmosphere. Yeah, when I was like, "Oh, I'd love to go on a holiday like this," and they were both like, "Yeah, just not a beach." Hi, sheep. I'm showing off my figure studio creations. Neither of them pointed out this little character in the background here, though. I didn't know whether I just hid her well enough, or the image was too low res to see. Yeah, we are being spied on by a Fujoshi. That was the first thing I saw. And then yeah, this is my most recent creation. Weirdly enough, these pink clouds are like animated. I don't really know why, because you can only take snapshots of images, so I don't really know why certain things in the backgrounds are like animated, but in a way where you can't like. I think you should be able to stop the animation and pick an individual frame of it. But yeah, here's Cagliostro having Fujoshi thoughts about a bunch of different characters. Basically, these are a lot of my personal favourite ships as well. So, but how I managed this, I will show off. It was quite an involved process. The characters are all different sizes, so they can all fit. Look how tiny these guys are. Yeah, they're all different sizes. So they can all fit in the in the frame. I'm quite proud of the way the clouds sort of obscure Beelzebub's wing. Also, you can't quite see this in the image, but I spent a long time posing so that Wilness is like holding Bubs. And then I had to put a cloud in the way so you can't see that his arm is like glitching through his chest. Yeah, and I put my boy center stage. But yeah, I haven't had any inspiration since making that couple days ago. When inspiration hits me again, I will hit the figure studio again. Grimner on Grimner dreaming. Yeah. But anyway, let's play some ranked, and let's play as Cagliostro. Oh, that's a cool wind seal emote. Yeah, I've honestly been having just more fun playing as Cagliostro recently because like I have fewer preconceptions about what her combo game should look like. So I'm having kind of fun playing with her toolkit, whereas Grimner's like certain options have changed quite a lot, and I still have like over a year's worth of like doing those things in games that just I autopilot into, and so it frustrates me to play as Grimner at the moment, and I need to just play as him more so I unlearn a lot of that stuff. But yeah, it feels bad at the moment. Whereas playing as Grimner and playing as Cagliostro and Anila is still kind of fun to me at the moment. Beelzebub too, although I have hit a point in my Beelzebub gameplay where I just have like a few things that I do, and if they don't work, I kind of struggle. I have like a few tricks I throw at people, and yeah, when they stop working, I flounder a little bit. Let's go into the lobby to do this. I hate when the daily missions are play stages in Granblue because you just can't. Let's go to the Earth area because Cagliostro is Earth elemental. I also I reinstalled Granblue Fantasy Relink because I might start playing that again a little bit. I built Ferry to like max level, and I think I was working on building Narmea, but I might start building Cagliostro. Oh goodness! Well, at least because Christoph is a master, I won't lose any rank points if I lose. So. Oh wow, that like stuns you from that distance. Oh, what? Oh, I used the wrong skill. No, that was a bad jump in. Wow, he like throws you so far up in the air there. Okay, I want to play the old Granblue first. Oh well, the old Granblue is a gacha, so don't worry too much about that. Just play Relink. yeah. Oh, that's mega unsafe. I did that by accident. Whoa. We are getting cooked. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. For some reason my, oh, the older verses. Oh, don't worry about, the versus game. It has nothing to do with, Relink. Relink is just like an action game, basically. And the old versus is very different to this game as well. Oh wow, nice spot dodge. Yeah, I'm like really struggling to know what to do against Luane here. What? What? Wow! That, like, Raging Strike from that distance? Now, I am pressing for my SSBA to come out, and it is not coming out. I can't start a new game without playing every game in the series. Well, I wouldn't bother with that's why I haven't bought Guilty Gear yet. Aww. Oh, nice. Wow. Oh, damn. They buffed Testament and nerfed Potemkin. It's a good week for Guilty Gear gamers. Oh, I took my eyes off the screen for a second there. Oh, he's run away. He just likes running away and like eating his meal. Yeah, I was really struggling there to know what to do. But also, yeah, I pressed to do my SSBA like several times there and it just did not come out. And then it did come out the one time that was a terrible time to use it. Guilty Gear chats. I heard they nerfed Potemkin, but I don't feel it's a big nerf. I think they buffed Zato 1, which is really good. From what I've heard, the buff to Testament seems like a bit of a sideways move. Like they've buffed Testament, but in a way that has ruined a lot of their combos. Like they can't trigger Stain State on aerial opponents anymore, which is like pretty bad, I think. And I think it changes a lot of their combo routes in bad ways. Which, you know, it seems like that's the season for doing stuff like that at Arxis at the moment. They'll change a character in a way that just like, oh, you know all those combos you learned? Forget them. It's like, that would be the one way I would not change characters. It would be my last resort, would be to change a character like that, but... Ore-sama. Nice DP. be expected. Oh, am I... Oh, I'm not blocking. Thought I was blocking there. Yeah, Cagliostro is really fun. Jeez, that damage though. I guess it was a raw super, so... What? Oh, damn. What the f... I don't know how he hit me there. Nice, DP. I should be ready to block that one. What? Whoa, okay, damn. Wow. Oh, that's that's that. Cagliostro's DP is really bad. What I should do when someone jumps above me like that is just probably teleport away. Nice. Oh, that crushes that option as well, fuck. Ooh. Oh, nearly. Damn. Oh. Got lucky with a rock there. Little rock throw. I shouldn't be going in on him. I should be waiting for him to come to me. What is happening to the connection? Ah, oh, damn, should block those. He really doesn't like holding the block button. Ooh, nice. I got lucky with that Raging Strike, though, I will say. Oh, that's a low, isn't it? Oh, DP into the corner, wow. What? What? Where did my hit go? Have you noticed how whenever I land a hit on him, suddenly... Oh, I was holding block, I swear. Whenever I land a hit on him, suddenly the connection becomes real soupy. Wow. What? I hit him with a rock and it's his turn. Yeah, this Percival guy is a real problem. What? How is that? this is a silly move, really. Oh, if I'd have just blocked that. Damn. I thought I could, like, snipe him through the bottom of it. Like, I could get his toes somehow, but... Yeah, I heard they buffed Percival. I'm not quite sure exactly how, but I don't find it hard to believe. I know that they sort of nerfed him in that you can Brave Counter out of his Flame Carpet now, but you have to do it on like the first hit of the Flame Carpet, which I think is very hard to do.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, come on. What? Oh, nice.
Was this story based? Yes.
Based, indeed. UL's always be doing this shit. Whoa! Okay, I shouldn't have gone for the double trap. Oh, nice throw. Slightly confusing throw, honestly. Nice. You all think they're invincible when they're in stance.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, nice. Side swap is a slightly confusing option. What? Oh. I wish I knew, like, an option to punish... Oh, I didn't realize I was hitting that. What am I doing? Oh, damn. Oh, I completely dropped my spaghetti there. Yeah, I wish I knew how to punish her, like, the move where she dashes backwards. Whoa. Oh, damn. I thought she was gonna do that. Oh, this won't kill. We'll get close, though. I should probably punish her run-ins more with like L speculation like that. Oh, come on! Oh. No, now we're just in the UL zone. What? I went for a break. Yeah, okay, take your win. Yeah, this is one of the matchups that I think is like pretty bad for me. If she wins round start, like it's very difficult to come back.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, I don't know why I did that. What am I doing this for? So yeah, I have to just be very aggressive round start and not let her push me to the corner. Why didn't my throw come out? Oh, come on. Yeah, that's the shit I just hate with UL. She just can stand there in her stance and like, you know, if she can either hit you frame one with an overhead and it's like, well... Damn, I can only keep her away for so long with that game. Look at that damage though, that is crazy. Bam! There we go. Is Vicola still bottom one? Yes she is. She probably always will be because she's an RNG character, and that just makes her, you know, very unstable. Because yeah, she just relies on. I'm gonna take a break for a second. Yeah, she just relies on you know, getting good items in her cannons, and you know you can't always guarantee that. She's not a bad zoner. Well, she's not bad at zoning, but she is a bad zoner because she doesn't do much damage. So she can kind of keep you away for quite a long time, which I think is why a lot of players struggle against Vicola. Like, I struggle against Vicola sometimes because it can be frustrating trying to get close to her. But yeah, she's still not considered good. And I feel like that is fine. Like, I'm not a Vicola main, so you know, I can happily say that it's fine. She's not very good, but I don't think you really want a character like that to be that strong, precisely because it's extremely obnoxious being sort of like just sort of spammed to death with projectiles. That when Vicola sets up her like real like win condition where she has like multiple stars bouncing around on the screen, you're locked down. There's no characters, I think, that can really contest that, you know, consistently. And you can just sit there and block, but you know that gives the Vicola a chance to either set up more bullshit on screen or come and like mix you. And yeah, you don't really want a character like that to be too strong. The characters you want to be strong are ones that have like high technical execution ceilings, like Grimner. I think it was fine when he was one of the top 5 characters in the game. He may still be, but I think that's fine because he has also a very high like floor on like technical, or at least he used to have a very high. He still does have like a very high floor on technical sophistication. Like the amount of setups and like things you need to know about his toolkit in order to play, there's quite a lot. Whereas with some other characters, there's not that same level of like sophistication. They're just really powerful and they get right up in your face and generate plus frames. And if they hit with any of their moves, they just blow you up. Like Soritz is a character who I think is really strong. And he also is extremely aggressive, so he just runs right up to you. He's really belligerent. He's just constantly pressuring you. And if any time he hits with any of his moves, he deletes a lot of your health and puts you into a really nasty like Okizeme situation. Like Grimner can do that as well, but I feel like Grimner requires a lot more like, I don't know. There seems to be more. I don't want to get into any like back and forth about which characters more harder to play or whatever. But I think like what does it say on the Soritz is a 4-star ease of use character. Grimner is a 3-star. So the game itself thinks that Grimner is harder to play. I've heard people say that they think Grimner is more like a 2-star. I'm not sure I agree. He is tricky to use. He's one of the harder characters to use, I think. There's no way Vesusia is a 2-star ease of use character, I think. That's completely wrong. Like, the only 1-star in the game is Nia, and I think that's true. She is really tricky to use, especially now. At launch, she was not I don't think she was 1-star, or at least she was hard to use, but she was extremely powerful, so it was a kind of compensation for how hard she was. Now she, I think, is in a more sort of reasonable place where she's really hard to use. I think she could do with being a bit more powerful than she is, but I also know that a lot of people don't want to go back to the era of just like Nier just dominating tier lists all the time. Yeah, Matera's a 2-star. I think, are all the zoners? No, Eustace is 3. Cagliostro is a 3. I don't know if I agree with that. I think Cagliostro's toolkit is really powerful, but I don't think it's that easy to use. So I don't know that she's a 3-star. From what I understand, I don't know that Wilness is a 2-star. He seems quite easy to play in that you just sort of press buttons and you win. 2B is a 4-star for sure. Yeah, all these characters. I think Sandalphon, I agree with his rating as a 3-star. He's got a really powerful and really flexible toolkit, but there's a lot of it. There's like 4 different elemental states. Well, technically 5, because there's like fire, earth, wind, water, and then there's light, which is his default. And so yeah, there's a lot of complexity to his toolkit. So I think that does bring down his ease of use. But he also does have like a very standard like Shoto-esque toolkit. He has a neutral skip, he has a fireball, he has a DP, a meterless one at that. So yeah, I think he's got like an easy to use toolkit, but he has a lot of toolkit, a lot of like subtleties to it, which can make it a bit more complex to use. And his like installing into different elemental states makes him a bit tricky. Yeah, I think Matera is probably a 2-star, although she is currently considered very powerful. Fastiva as a grappler is a 2-star, and I think that's right. Grapplers should be difficult to use. So yeah, she's got a accurate ranking, I think. Where is Galleon? Oh, she's next to Grimner. Galleon being a 3-star, I think that's true, because she's a grappler like Fastiva, but she's a full screen character. So she does have just a very powerful toolkit. So as hard as she might be to play, she's also extremely powerful for it, I think. I don't know whether... I don't think a lot of people at higher tiers rate her very highly anymore. My locals are running a Granblue tourney, but we all have to bring in a non-fighting game friend to play for us. I mean, is that not quite easy to just, you know, can you? So you basically have to you bring in a friend as like your Pokemon, and you make them fight for you. Feels like it would be fairly easy to just get someone who does know how to play fighting games, but has never competed, and just say, oh yeah, they're a total noob. They just preternaturally good. Like, what's the criteria for, like, a non-fighting game friend? I mean, I get, yeah, of course I understand that it being a local sort of tourney is, like, people are bringing their dads. Okay, that fairly locked-in guarantee. That they won't know how to play fighting games. But yeah, like, you know, I understand that, like, you know, it being a friendly tournament, you know, it's relying on sportsmanship rather than gamesmanship. You know, same with a lot of things. You rely on people not to be a dick and to break the rules just for the minor clout of winning a fighting game tournament. Yeah, I wonder how else you could judge it. Like, how else do you judge? So here's the thing. I don't really like the EX characters. Gran and Jita EX are apparently a star harder to use than their regular counterparts. I think it's because they don't have fireballs, although Jita already doesn't have a fireball, kinda. Narmea EX, I actually do think has a place in the game, because Narmea is a 2-star character. She's extremely hard to use, I think, because she has a stance, which you have to switch between her 2 stances, which gives her access to 8 different cooldowns, but also means that her moveset kind of changes depending on what stance you're in, and a lot of her moves already have, like, optional follow-ups and like, complexities to them. So that is already... I think that she's a 2-star character, and I think that's right. She is difficult to use. I would even argue maybe she's 1-star, because I find her just very perplexing. The idea of having Narmea EX, who has 4-star ease of use, I think that's cool. I like the idea of that. Introduce a easier to use, more stable version of the character. The problem with Narmea EX is she spits damage like a motherfucker. And I feel like she, for being easier to use, should probably do less damage, not more. Than her base form. I don't know whether she does more damage than her base. I think it's easier to get into a combo with Narmea EX that does a lot of damage. So yeah, I like the idea of EX characters being easier to play, or maybe harder to play versions of easy characters, and easier to play versions of harder characters. I think that's cool. I don't know that Gran and Jita EX, they don't really do anything for me. Narmea EX is a cool idea, although I think she is a bit silly. Like, she just has no real punishable moves, which makes her easy to use, I will say. But yeah, like, you know, I'd like to see like a 4-star version of Ferry that is maybe less of a zoner. I'd like to see a 4-star version of Nia that you know, just like conjures in the puppet automatically as part of her specials, but it doesn't have the same like complexity to you know, being a puppet character. You know, I'd like to see like you know, a 2-star version of Catalina with like I don't know what kind of toolkit she'd have, but you know, I think that's a cool idea. I'd like to see an EX version of Grimner that has all his fucking shit back, like fuzzies and a wall bounce and a tornado that works. Yeah, I wonder who they will do EX versions of next, because, you know, I don't think Beelzebub's ever going to get an EX version, because he's already, you know, I think Beelzebub's in a really good place. He's 4 stars. He is, I think he does, yeah, 4 stars is probably true. He has a lot of good stuff in his toolkit. It's not quite as good as like the 5 stars like Gran, Jita, and Catalina. But yeah, like I don't think Beelzebub's ever going to get an EX version. I don't think, you know, Belial will, because he's already got 2 versions of him in the game. Yeah, I don't think Grimner's ever going to get an EX version. So I'm mixed on EX characters. Because I just, you know, I don't know that they add much. When they're given to like popular characters. Like Gran and Jita probably have some of the higher play rates in the game, so they don't really need. Well, maybe that's why they need EX versions, is so that people who play them don't get bored. But, Anyway, what should we do now? I can play some more ranked. If anyone wants to hop into the lobby and play some games, stream snipe me, I'd be happy to do a bit of that. Those last ranked games kind of took it out of me a little bit, so I kind of like to chill a bit more. So we could just play some casual games, I suppose. Yeah, fighting that Yule was tough. What's going on over there? Nice.
Beelzebub.
Oh no, this doesn't change my. I meant to change my avatar, but that's fine. The best Granblue player at my locals, main's random. Yeah, I mean, you know, playing Lunalu is like a good way to. I think it's a good way to sort of nerf your power level if you're a higher level skill. If you're a higher skill level character, player. Don't worry about it. Phew. Whoa. I yield to thee. Yeah, so yeah, if anyone wants to hop in to lobby, I'll play. Otherwise, I'll There are a trans woman who gets intense dysphoria when seeing Versusia. That's interesting. Why? I think Versusia is like out of like envy, or envy, right? Okay. I mean, like, yeah. I guess I sort of know what that feels like. You know, I look at I would play, but I'm still in bed. Yeah, play in bed. Yeah, I mean, I guess I sort of get that way looking at Grimner. I'm like, he's such a pretty man. I wish I was pretty like him. I think, like, yeah, in terms of character, like, I really like Grimner. I think I do look somewhat similar to Grimner. I have slightly longer hair, although I'm getting it cut tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think I'm quite as handsome in the face. I have a bit more of a sort of like twinky face, whereas I think Grimner's quite handsome. I fucking wish I was built like Beelzebub. That would be sick, even just for a day. that would rock so hard. Weirdly enough, I think like Jita might be the character that is most similar to me in terms of like face and body shape. I think Anila's a really nice design.
Cagliostro.
I'm taller than Cagliostro, but I could maybe pull off Cagliostro as well. Have I played Lucy yet? Oh, Lucilius. No, I was planning on getting into him because he does seem like a fun character, but I don't like his personality so much. I much prefer villains like Beelzebub. who are sort of like, a lot more swaggering and evil. Oh, Lucy, Guilty Gear Lucy. No, I haven't played Guilty Gear in a hot minute because I find the game extremely stressful to play. I heard they buffed Bridget, sort of. So I want to go to it, and now it's got a proper ranked mode that I am interested to try out. But I get very stressed playing Guilty Gear because of... I don't think I've ever really talked about it on stream before, but because of a lot of like the Bridget discourse, like, I really like Bridget. I totally, support her in whatever gender she wants to be. I really like the character. I relate to her quite a lot. But a lot of the discourse around the character, I think sort of like I find a bit upsetting. Let's just call it what it is. There's a lot of like naked transphobia around Bridget, and that which I do not like. But I also don't like the way I think people sometimes push back against that by like throwing bombs at all like feminine or femme presenting men. I don't like that either. So the reason I like to play Bridget is because I like to kind of show that like guys like me can still appreciate a character like Bridget. But that does mean that I think I've accidentally installed into my brain like a deep sense of shame whenever I lose, because I feel like I'm letting her down or that I'm not worthy of playing as her. And I need to work to get over that. So yeah, this got pretty real. I didn't really necessarily mean to go off on one, but yeah, it's why I struggle to play Guilty Gear for long periods of time. But I do want to get back into it, and I will happily play. If anyone wants to play Guilty Gear with me, just ping me anytime and say, hey, let's play some Strive, and I probably will. Have I played Under Night? Yes, I have. I've played a bit of Uni 2. I have it. Where is it? Yeah, I have it currently installed. I've been playing Carmine. He's the only character I really figured out and really clicked with me. Sherry, I'm a trans woman. Who's Versusia? She is this character here.
Versusia.
Okay, that's a default color scheme. She's an extremely tall, like, dragon woman. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want that sort of like very tall femme figure, I can see why people would be envious of her. I don't really like her as a character because she's personalityless. She is basically just like a nuclear bomb with a humanoid form. She has just no swag. And I don't like her as a character in this game either, because I think she's very powerful and very difficult to fight against. She has no real weaknesses. So yeah, I'm not that keen on her. But here's something: if you didn't know, and if I can maybe convince you, Sherry, to get Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising, there are 2, perhaps 3 canonical trans characters in this game. I mean, technically 4, depending on how how loose we want to be with it. But we have Cagliostro, the trans alchemist. She was born into a sickly body that was like she had some kind of disease, and basically invented alchemy so that she could create a new body for herself. And in realizing that she could do that, realized that she could create any body she wanted to be. So I think experimented with creating herself a feminine body, and then realized like, oh, I can make myself cute if I want to, and made herself like cuter and cuter, and has basically been, over the last several hundred years, through immortality and creating herself new bodies, been trying to reach what she views as like the pinnacle of cuteness. I think she's a really fun character because although she looks and acts pretty cute, her true personality shines through sometimes, where she is just like a kind of mad scientist. I think that's a really fun character for her. We also have Fastiva, who is trans femme, uses she/her pronouns. She is a professional wrestler, which is why she has this sort of like, I guess like Hulk Hogan style like wrestling persona. Like in the gacha, I think you get to see her when she's not wrestling and she's like clean shaven. She looks very like, she gives very like mommy vibes when she's like on her off days. But yeah, she's a professional wrestler. Whilst she looks really tough and imposing, she's like really loving and caring, and preaches the kind of virtues of love. And yeah, loves to give people hugs, I think. I like Fastiva a lot. I stan the most aggressively wholesome character in the whole cast, and everyone in game is genuinely normal with her. Yes, right. That is another thing I really love about Fastiva, is that she is just universally beloved by everyone. There's an event in the gacha where her and Cagliostro go on some sort of adventures together, and at the end of it, Cagliostro kind of gently suggests, like, oh, with alchemy, I can create any body for you that you want, because like Fastiva's the species she is a Draf, female Draf, all look like Narmaya and Anila, in that they just have giant tits, whereas male, or like assigned male at birth Draf, all are big and muscular. And Fastiva replies to Cagliostro, offering to make her a new body with, "Oh, I appreciate the offer, but I cherish this body. My parents gave it to me. It means a lot to me, and I'm happy, loving myself." And I think it's great that this game has sort of like two characters who have sort of differing approaches to how they present and how they feel about their bodies. Fastiva, is totally confident in herself and comfortable in herself, and I think that's really lovely. Whereas Cagliostro is like, well, I hated my old body, it was dying and it wasn't what I wanted, so I created myself a new one. Which, again, I also think is based and cool. Like, if you don't like your body, biohack it, use alchemy, do whatever you want. Like, make yourself into the you want to be. That's cool. And I like that this game has both angles. You asked earlier whether the character select screen is showing their actual heights. Yes, these are their actual heights in game. That's Gran, the default character. That's Vesusia. So she's about as tall as where the technical inputs option is here, a little bit taller, whereas Gran is not even half that tall. Cagliostro is even smaller. And it led for a while. There were certain techniques that don't work on shorter characters. Grimner had a fuzzy overhead combo, which does not work, or did not work on Narmea, Charlotte, who's also tall but wears a tall hat to try and look taller, which is fucking adorable. Cagliostro. I've forgotten the other short characters that the fuzzies didn't work on. Henri, I think, although he's a little bit taller because he floats. Maybe Shees as well. Shees is kind of short. Probably not Vicola. And Anila as well, I think, because she was taller. Yeah, so there's a bunch of short characters that the fuzzies didn't work on. That doesn't matter because fuzzies don't exist in the game anymore. But yeah, no, I love that this character has these two like trans femme characters who I think are just genuinely like really fun, fun representations of trans femininity. And I love that there's space for both of them in the game, and they're both treated really normally, like no one is weird about them. The only thing that annoys Cagliostro is when people make reference to her age, because she's actually like, she's technically 500 years old or whatever. Although I think she spent a lot of that time in like stasis, so... But yeah, so I said that there were 3, possibly 4 characters. I'll go on the more controversial one first. 2B is an android. In Nier Automata, all of the androids are described as androids. And I don't know if you know much about the terminology, but andro means man. All of the androids... I mean, technically they're robots, so they're kind of genderless. But the fact they're all called androids, and most of them present femme, I think you can either read this as like, you know, okay, robots are genderless, so they're kind of like non-binary. But also, I think the funniness of saying 2B is an android. She's a male robot. I think that's cool. I like that. So that's a bit, you know, that's me memeing a little bit. The other one that I think is potentially canonically, or there's an argument to be made, is Beelzebub. He could be trans-masculine because I think he is a clone or a copy of like a female character. I don't know exactly. I keep meaning to look up Beelzebub's lore. But yeah, I think he's a trans-mask character. Yeah, no. I've said it before on stream. I would love to see Grimner in this dress. That is all. Side games, if you're listening, and I know you are, give Grimner back his 214U wall bounce. You sons of bitches, you. But also put him in that dress. That is all. Sherry, I love Festiva. Even when they have trans femme characters in media, they always make them passing ultra femme, but not all of us are like that. Yeah, I think, you know, trans femininity is a quite a broad spectrum of people who have a wide range of feelings towards femininity, and a wide range of expressions within and across the spectrum of femininity. And I like that Granblue has room for a lot of them. Wasn't there like 4 Grimner in Evo top 8? There was 2. There was Zane, who is considered, I think, one of the best Granblue players, just straight up. And then Zenith, who is, I think, also a very strong player. But yeah, 2 Grimners at Evo top 8. That's why they felt the need to fucking like delete so much of the character's like cool mix-up potential and movement tech, or like his combo routing. I shouldn't say his movement tech. His movement tech is still there. Whereas fucking Vasaraga is in every tournament you see. Whenever you see on Twitter someone posting a top 8, there's like 2 Vasaragas. Beatrix is still like, you know, a fucking like in every tournament. Who else? Yeah, Catalina is super strong and remains super strong. Vesusia as well. None of these characters got touched, but Grimner, they needed to... yeah, Zenith is one of Japan's strongest players. So yeah, it feels like the nerf was basically addressed at nuking Zane and Zenith, which feels super unfair for the rest of us who are, you know, mere mortals. Anyway, what time are we on? I've been yapping for a little while now. I might just play some casual if no one wants to hop on. Just play some casual matches. In about 20 to 30 minutes, I should start getting ready for the rest of my evening. I'm going to order a pizza. And I'm going to start Season 3 of Hannibal. I finished Season 2 last night before. Right, I'm just finishing lunch and I can hop on. Oh, if you'd like to, but you know, don't need to. Cag sweat. Oh god. I don't know what to. I'm all confused. Most tournaments have 0 Grimners in top 8. It's only the super majors where Zane appears. He's strong, but not that strong where he's filling top 8s. Yeah, exactly. Whereas, yeah, like, you know... I mean, Cag Sweat has a D rank, but a pink square. And do they play Cagliostro even? Want another match? Yeah, sure, why not? I don't believe for a second this player is a D rank. 39,000 matches?
Cagliostro versus Beelzebub.
Will EX Cag have EX Sweat? I don't know why I'm playing against this person. They have a fucking...
Believe in victory.
something like Kuma.
Engage.
Oh, nice. Damn. Nice. Ah, that's a nice... I should be doing that one more, because that is quite a nice... Nice. Versus fighting with 0 Grims. Rollback Rye, having lunch. That player is one of Escuve's buddies. Well, it does make me less... Damn. Oh, my fireball's on cooldown. Unblockable Karma. Oh, nice DP. Nice spot dodge. Oh, I tried to use my EX Fireball. I don't know why I did that. Oh, that might be optimal. Ugh. 39,000 matches on this person.
Battle 3. Engage.
Nice throw. Oh, that's nice. A nice setup though, I have to admit. I think we're about to get perfected here. Oh, damn. I'm signing on now so you don't have to fight the PDFs. Yeah. Bye-bye. Let's go to... I'll meet you in North America 1, so we don't have to be around a creep. I'll meet you on the boat.
Cagliostro.
Let's go. Like, I wonder how that person has gotten like 40,000 matches. Yeah, I got super distracted once I found out who they were, and I kind of like lost motivation to fight them properly. Like, why are these people in my fighting game, bro? Like,
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
2E is in the game. Yes. The version of 2B, who is like alternate color scheme. Whoa. Oh no! Oh, you mean like, yeah, 2B's actual designation. 2B, yes. She is good. She doesn't play like any of the other characters though, so I don't recommend learning to play with her because you won't understand how a lot of the other characters work. I was like A2 more, but it's cool, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, there's 2B, and there's also like 2. It's like 2S or something. Illustrious start. I mean, I'm fully warmed up, right? So, like, 9S, no. The one that's like darker skin with like a white like dress instead of black. Oh, nice mash. Bam. Favorite paper is A4. I'm partial to A5. I like the smaller. Oh, why did I try and jump there? That was weird that the trap like went off from that distance, but I'll take it. Damn. Damn, that was a bad jump of mine. Oh, I think I'm gonna survive the first round of this Lancelot cutscene. Oh, nice side swap. I like the vision. I like the vision. It didn't pay off. Kaine was really popular too. Yeah, I really like Kaine. I've talked before on stream about what I like about Kaine. Kaine is one of the only intersex characters in video games, which, as someone intersex myself, huge appreciation for. It is a shame that her character is sort of marred by... I don't mind the swearing and her sort of like vulgarity and violence so much. What does bother me is how like gratuitously sexualized her design is. I get that it ties in with her character. I think I've written about it on Tumblr before. How, yeah, I kind of get where it's coming from, but I also just think it's like, it's a shame that her character's personality is expressed in the one thing that is most likely to be titillating to a straight male audience. Female characters in Nier are way too sexualized. Yeah. Oh. Damn. We appreciate you, Mel. Oh, thank you very much. Run up DP works every time except for when it doesn't. Too true, right? Oh, nice. These like jumps into the low are pretty good. Oh, I don't know if this works. It does. Not the best way to spend meter, though. Damn, that was way too slow. Grandpa reactions.
Get real.
Oh, I could have ended it there. I'll end it there instead. Sorry.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Oh, how did my teleport work there? What am I doing? Oh, that's a glorious punish there. A pretty good punish from by myself there, if I do say so myself.
Battle 2. Engage.
Was this story based? Yes.
The story was based, although I don't know if I trust Jonathan Frakes so much. Oh, that was nice. Problematic Riker. I can't wait, Rai, for when, not if, you come to visit the UK. I'm going to sit you down and show you so much Star Trek. I would like it to be known that I do sometimes beat Merle. More than sometimes. You are extremely threatening with Lancelot. It's only recently as Cagliostro that I figured out sort of how to deal with your pressure. And I've learned how to sort of exploit a few of the weaknesses in your defense. But yeah, like up fairly recently, we were going more or less evens with Cagliostro and Lancelot, I feel. And it was because your Lancelot game has improved a lot. I think the buffs helped, but you were already before then, being a much more like aggressive and much more sort of threatening presence in the corner. Yes, you can be a guest on my stream, even like you are being right now. We'll need a pet Rai redeem. Yeah, maybe. I'll have to get you a VTuber. Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, nice. A pair of googly eyes on a loaf of rye bread. I do eat rye crackers quite often, so yeah, maybe take a picture of a rye cracker. Oh, I'm dead here. So yeah, it's not just sometimes that Rye beats me.
Battle 2. Engage.
What? Damn. Damn, yeah, that's a nice way to approach with the fireball there. Seedless rye or seeded rye bread? Well, that's up to you.
Battle 3. Engage. Great.
Nice. Oh, confusing jump. It's weak to mashing, unfortunately. Yeah, Lancelot is a character I think that thrives on mental stacking because yeah, a lot of his options are, you know, if you hit with them are pretty good, and he has a lot of tools to do that kind of thing, like side swapping. But it does sort of like rely on your opponent. Oh, what? Oh damn, I think I'm dead here. If I played Granblue, I'd definitely try Lancelot. He's a really fun character. He's on the weaker end, I would say. He's, I think, also fairly technically complex to play, but he is fun. Yeah, fast guy with swords. There's Shees as well as another fast character who has like claws instead of swords. Oh, nice. That's fine. I'll take that. I was still in the recovery from my sheep. Oh, I think that was two fatal mistakes back to back there. I definitely want to try the female characters, especially the trans ones. Yeah, I mean, I will say Fastiva is really powerful. She's quite hard to use. Because she's a grappler, which, if I don't know how many fighting games you play, is a particular archetype that involves around throwing your opponent a lot. But she does do a lot of damage. Cagliostro is, I think, harder to use in some sense, but has a more powerful toolkit for it. But yeah, Cagliostro is what's known as like a trap character. Unfortunate naming. But like, yeah, she places traps down on the field and tries to lure or like push your opponents into in those traps. I really like Cagliostro's gameplay style, which is unsurprising given that I myself identify as a trap. Damn. Oh, I should have been ready to anti-air that one. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, side swap, nice. That was the... I shouldn't have gone for that sweep because it's a very slow startup, but it worked out fine. Hands sweaty like spaghetti. What? Oh, swapped into the corner, but then out again with the U skill. I'll take it. Oh, my sheep! Oh, goodness. Oofed. Nice. That was very nice. I don't know why my sheep didn't come out the first time. I ended up doing 5U into the corner, which I didn't mean to do. Oh, nice. Oh! Oof. Saturday morning cartoon villain speech. Yeah, when I first started playing this game, when the beta was available, I played as Anila, because I think her design is really fun. When the final game came out, I played as Grimna, and I'll play as Grimna now, just to close out the stream. Grimna was the character I first got to Master Rank. He's the character I favour the most in the game. But yeah, he has just undergone a lot of changes recently, which have really made him feel very different to fight. But yeah, Sherry, I strongly recommend if you like fighting games or want to get into one, Granblue Fantasy vs Rising is a great place to start. It's a very fun game. I play it basically every day, so you basically always have someone to play against. Damn. That's fine. Like, Grimna still does have Source. Like, yeah, that was a crazy damaging combo I managed to just land now. The Bussy Master. Nice. Oh, damn, the anti-air hits from that far away. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. I have to hold this. Oof. I think I might be the only Grimner who finishes games with 2-1-4-U in the air. I mean, Grimner is still very strong. I will say this.
Player 2, win. Battle 2.
Stubby little uke arms, too short to punish. Oh, nice. What? Why won't I? There we go. Whoa. Yeah, so Grimner is still very powerful, but he does feel like, you know, you have to work for the corner a lot more in order to score those wins. Which, you know, I kind of understand. They want to make the character not achieve his win condition so easily. I just wish they hadn't like ruined his mid-screen game so much, because most of my games happen at mid-screen at Master Rank. Your Grimner is still an incredible chef. I've been cooked like your Hannibal. Yeah. Prepared like a fine meal. Love you. Love you too, friend. Yeah, have a snuggle. I love that my lobby avatar is about as tall as Lancelot's. Like, Cagliostro is not this tall. That's weird how the lobby avatars are all more or less the same height. I think Lunalu is shorter. Yeah. Don't know why she dies. But yes, thank for the games. I'm gonna go and get ready for dinner for the rest of my evening. Yeah, anyone who does play this game, you know, if you see the Escuf, or that like Cag Sweat guy in the forums, try and report their posts, because honestly, they're posting just like depraved shit all the time, and it just doesn't have a place in a fighting game that, like, you know, young people can play. Like, you know, if they really want to take, you know, if they really can't keep control of their fucking depraved posting, like, maybe they shouldn't be around children. So yeah, that's my call to action at the end of the stream. Granblue has a free version. Yep, there's no barrier to entry, so the character roster is limited. Yeah, you only get access to Gran and like a changing rotation of 3 other characters every week. But yeah, anyone who wants to play this game with me, or wants to play this game, get the free version, get the paid version, which I think was on sale a while ago. I don't know if it is now. I will happily play anytime this game. I love it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'm standing in the way of. I can't move out of the way of the Nalu. There we go. Watch her expire. If I ever get the game, definitely. Well, I hope you do. And the story of Granblue is so enormous because it's a gacha. Don't bother trying to play all the previous games because one, fighting games don't have a story that really matters. I said it. The story. What happens, I think, with fighting games is you find a character who you like playing, whose aesthetics and visual appeal you like, or you've heard something a bit about their story. If you latch on to a character like that, you will eventually learn their lore just through like reading stuff about them online. Reading the stuff in game that's written about these characters. That's I think the best way to experience these games. Figure out characters you like and learn about them. I know a fair bit about Bridget. I know next to nothing about like Faust in Guilty Gear. I know very little about like Giovanna. Because the characters that don't really interest me, so I don't know anything about them, and I don't feel like I'm experiencing the game less for that. So yeah, I just recommend just get one of these games if it appeals to you. Play it now while it's current, while people are playing it, whilst you can get games in lobbies and stuff. Relink is really fun if you get it on PlayStation. We can play together. It doesn't have crossplay, unfortunately. Yeah, Relink is lots of fun. It's much more just like a hack and slash game than this is. It's really fun, really nice graphics. Bit of a dead game, I think, unfortunately. People stopped kind of playing it. But yeah, I recommend if you want to get into a fighting game, find some friends who you want to play with them, find a character you like, and just focus on them. And that will be your gateway into learning about the rest of the game. Don't feel like you need to start at the beginning and play like Guilty Gear 1 and you need to complete arcade mode as every character, because that will teach you nothing of value about any of the characters or the story. Nothing you couldn't just read on a fan wiki when you are already interested. If you try and learn all the backstory of like frickin' Soul Bad Guy, you will bounce off the game so hard. I speak from experience on that one. Just learn about the characters you like. Anyway, I'm yapping. I'm gonna go and get ready for dinner now. I have worked up a mighty appetite for pizza. I might get a Hawaiian pizza. Pepsi Dog has been pet. He is not home yet, but he will be home presently. So I'm going to prepare for my boyfriend to arrive. Don't know what I need to prepare exactly. Need to be ready to like tackle him as he enters the door or something. Yeah, I should drink a Monster as well. I'm feeling a bit tired. Yeah, I'll see you all when I see you. And like I said, just hit me up anytime you want to play some Fighting James. Oh yeah, new guy, Fighting James. He plays only fighting games. That's the guy. Bye.